Welcome back to the Blu Real. I'm your host, Nathan Gendusa, and today I'm joined by two very special guests, Olivia and Dave Stern. Dave Stern is a managing partner at Harrigan Solutions who uses finance and leadership skills to help clients grow. His daughter, Olivia, is an account executive at DKC in New York who manages public relations for clients. She is also a survivor of acute lymphoblastic leukemia and has an incredible story to share. So thank you guys, Dave and Olivia, for joining us today. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
And before I get into the questions, I just kind of wanted to share that at Breakthru family of companies in Blu, we have a passion for creating hope through healing as well as developing leaders. And we are happy to work with people in Make-A-Wish and Harrigan Solutions. And we actually just got back from our first Harrigan Solutions Make-A-Wish golf event, which is a huge success, and we are happy to be a part of that. So thank you for the invitation.
Well, thank you. It was a great success.
It was awesome. So I'll jump into some questions now. So I was wondering, Dave, if you could just start off by giving us a brief history of your time with Harrigan Solutions and how Blu or Breakthru has helped you and your company grow through leadership development.
I've been with Harrigan 16 years, and we've kind of had, as an entrepreneurial company, quite an evolution, almost revolution. We started out kind of more in distribution and doing a little bit of service, and actually sold off our distribution business about 7 years ago. And shortly after that, I think, is when we got involved with Breakthru. At the time, I think it was stuck even before then.
Yep.
We originally made the connection. I met Jerry through a family friend, and Olivia did at Children's Wisconsin, and I'd heard about his business. And as our business was kind of evolving more, really into a service model, thought it would be a good idea to connect and just get some advice as to how we kind of pivot and scale. And it's been a really good relationship. And some of the things that I think that helped with is kind of the whole entrepreneurial operating system, with that and setting goals and doing that. And it relates really well to what we were trying to do with our first event, because it was kind of a daunting task, and break it down into manageable tasks and get after it. And we did it. So, but our business, if I was just to try and summarize it, the best way for me to describe it is our purpose statement. And it's, we build individuals into trustworthy teams, helping them grow their individual strengths and inspiring extraordinary results. And it's a huge focus on our people. Customers are critically important to us, and it's our lifeblood, and it's how we live. But we absolutely believe by pouring ourselves into our employees, we'll develop great leaders, we'll have great stories, and they're going to do great things on their own and for our customers. And it's, with what Olivia went through and the wish we got, when you kind of get outside of your own head and start thinking about others is when, you get the most satisfaction out of everything and great things happen.
Right. It seems like you're creating a great culture there, a great place to work, as we like to call that, and developing leaders. So that's amazing to hear. And I guess I'll be working with you a little bit more as we've actually developed our new Growth Path operating system and app and platform. So it's really exciting stuff what's going on here. Okay, so next question's for Olivia. So I will eventually loop back around into your professional philosophy, but first I was hoping if you'd be willing to share a little bit of your story with the A.L.L diagnosis to your experience with Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, definitely. Back in 7th grade, I thought I had a really bad case of the flu. I was home for about a week from school, and finally we went into our local emergency room, and they took me in an ambulance to Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, where I was eventually diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. That was back in 2014, and I was 12 years old. And it was a really scary and daunting experience. The treatment plan was 2.5 years of chemotherapy, kind of varying intensities. So I lost my hair, felt nauseous, had all these different physical symptoms and side effects along the way. But pretty soon after, my older sister nominated me for a wish with Make-A-Wish Wisconsin, and I was granted a wish and, went through the whole decision-making process. And they do such a great job of kind of guiding you along that path, all the people who work and volunteer with Make-A-Wish. So I eventually decided that I wanted my wish to be to go to New York Fashion Week. So they booked a trip. They got to take me and my whole family. We went to a bunch of different fashion shows and did a lot of sightseeing in New York City, which is one of my favorite places to visit. And it was just such an amazing and life-changing experience that I will really never forget. And ever since then, finished my treatment in 2016, and I've been doing pretty healthy ever since. And we're always really eager. Me and my whole family are excited to give back to Make-A-Wish or Children's Hospital, whoever helped us along the way, because they saved my life and they just changed it so much for the better. So yeah, we're always willing to give back and help out and help fundraise so more kids can get wishes like mine.
That's an amazing story. And I know when we were at the golf event and I first got to hear that, a lot of people were getting emotional in the room. And I was one of them, because your story is really inspiring to all of us. So thank you for sharing
me too.
that.
It's emotional to think about, because you don't really think about it until you have to, but it definitely is something always important to consider and to help further the cause of.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And even the point of giving back now to other kids that really need that wish. So I love it. How did your experience with Make-A-Wish shape your outlook and experience moving forward personally and professionally?
Well, I guess personally and professionally, I always loved New York City. The first time I went there, I was 4 years old. My mom would take us before we started kindergarten, and I just fell in love instantly. So I had already been back to visit a few times, and then going for my Make-A-Wish was really amazing. And from there, that kind of confirmed my decision that I wanted to live here. So I ended up going to college in New York City. I went to Fordham, graduated in January of 2023, and now I've been working professionally for over a year and a half in New York City. And, living in the city, it's just a very different experience than growing up in suburban Wisconsin, but I really love it. And I think it's so good to develop your worldview and just learn about different people's perspectives. I think my wish definitely impacted where I want to live, but it also just made me so grateful for the experiences that I got to have. And it kind of encourages me to go out and experience all the things that I can in the city, in my career, just in life in general, because there are so many things out there to do and accomplish. And who's to say that I can't do any of them? So it's just a great city to kind of partake in those opportunities, I guess.
Right. That's awesome. And then for Dave, actually, this next question kind of goes along with that, is did this experience with your daughter and Make-A-Wish shape your outlook in any meaningful way, personally or professionally?
Yeah, I would say that the whole family benefited from the wish. Not to understate what it did for Olivia, but it got us all together. Her oldest sister was actually out in college, because she was still in the middle of chemo treatments, and some of the most intense treatments were actually not too long right before that. So there was just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and God bless that Olivia made it through that whole week fine. Everybody had a great time, and we had as normal a situation as a family that we could kind of be together and just enjoy the moment. Brought our family a lot closer together.
And I've heard that through many of the wishes, that it's not just for the kids, it's for the family too.
Yeah.
And bringing them closer together, whether it's going on different sorts of vacations or seeing the child live out like a dream, it's inspiring to hear. And so wishes do a lot for kids and their families, and that's why we love working with Make-A-Wish and people that support that and their values that are similar to ours and they align. So my last question is for Olivia. Is now that you're putting your skills in journalism and communication to work in New York, are there any habits or mindset tips that you could share with others that help them succeed?
Yeah, I'm a very type A person. I always have been. I definitely get that from my mom. I feel like I struggle with flexibility a little bit, but I really have a big emphasis on organization. So usually every evening before I leave my office or before I start digging into my work the morning of, I'll have a to-do list of things I need to get done for the day, and I try and prioritize, which one needs to be done first. And I also think just my health experience and, learning to listen to my body and, rest when I need to has helped me kind of establish some work-life boundaries, like leaving the office at a reasonable hour and, not working too much overtime. I don't have my work email attached to my phone so that I'm not always feeling obligated to check it because
That's
I just think
nice.
yeah, I just think it's really important to like not put too much stress because it is clinically proven that like stress can affect your body physically. And I just value my health so much now that I've gone through what I have gone through that I don't want my work, even though I love what I do and like I find it very important, I don't want that to impact me negatively. So I, try and go above and beyond when I'm working and, always like to take initiative or lead the charge on different tasks or ask questions and try and get started on things that I want to accomplish or think that I can try something new on, but also to remember that, I can't get everything done in a day and that, there's always going to be something to do tomorrow and just to have a little bit of balance in my work life and my personal life.
I could learn a lot from you. I know other people in the corporate world could learn from you.
Still a work in progress, definitely, but it's a constant effort.
I would say it's better than most, Olivia. And then for Dave, are there any habits or mindset tips that you could share with others to help people succeed?
Well, certainly setting goals, but I think the one thing that Olivia understood with type A is when you go through these kinds of experiences, we all think we're kind of in charge of our situations. A lot of times aren't in our control. And that's not good or bad. It just is. And you learn how to kind of just move on from it, and certainly, and Olivia's probably learned a lot more than many other people, resiliency, that stuff happens and how you keep moving. And that's going to happen in life and it's going to happen in business, and how you react to it is really what's more important than preventing something like that from happening.
We have, I'm just going to show this. We have a bracelets that we made right here. It says E plus R equals O, which is event plus response equals outcome. So you just described that perfectly. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people need to live by that.
I think there's a saying that like, I don't know if it was my mom or someone, I can't remember who mentioned it to us, but a lot along the way, like, you can't like control the way things go, but you can always control your response to them, which I think is really important.
That's all I have. So thank you, Dave and Olivia, for joining us and sharing your insights. I've learned a lot from you, and I love your guys' story, so thank you so much.